Hello and welcome to the Night Watch, Censorship Edition. Today I want to discuss something that I've noticed over the last several days that I'm a bit concerned about, and it involves broadcasting, and it involves the fact that it really seems as though I've experienced censorship on certain topics over the last several days during live broadcasts. Not during pre-recorded broadcasts, but during live broadcasts. So as an example, when I was covering essentially daily news and breaking news updates and broadcasting live over the last few days on 2 episodes, essentially back to back, as soon as I made a reference of something that was either damaging to or potentially damaging to China one way or another, within seconds of that, suddenly there was interference on the recording, which I was not aware of until afterwards. For the remainder of the recording, there was a very unusual audio track that was superimposed over my audio track, so you could no longer hear me talking, but all you could hear was a very stable, consistent sound wave. It was not a random distortion that you would normally experience with distortion. It was actually an audio wave that seemed to be superimposed over my audio track, with my audio track completely gone. And for the entire remainder of my broadcast, all you could hear was that sound, although you would still have the visuals, the video remained intact, but my audio was completely gone, and that consistent sound continued. And honestly, when you listen to that sound, that is the sound of censorship. Now, I hope I'm wrong. This is just a possibility. I have escalated it into tech support and so on, and they're looking into it. I haven't heard back yet, but it is highly unusual. One time it was within approximately 7 seconds of mentioning the word Wuhan during a live broadcast. On another broadcast, it was while I was talking about a Taiwanese company investing $12 billion into a factory, a chip-making factory in Arizona in America, essentially breaking ranks with China and following America into this investment, building a factory in Arizona. Right after that, immediately the sound started for the rest of the broadcast, which was a very large portion of the broadcast. In addition, on the previous one I mentioned, after saying Wuhan, within about 7 seconds, the entire remaining portion of the broadcast, which was, I forget what percentage of it, but close to half, had that distortion. And it was sudden, it was continuous, and it's not random sound. So I'm a bit concerned that during a live broadcast, when talking about China, something's happening that I've never experienced before. And although I have reported it and it's being looked into, no feedback yet, and I find it highly suspicious. I'd love to know if anyone else doing live broadcasts has experienced this, and if so, what's going on? This is quite interesting. I am not in China. I'm not in an area that's subject to the reign or domain of China. And yet when I talk about China on a live broadcast, I experience immediate, sudden interference that continues for the rest of my broadcast. And it really, that sound, if you listen to it, it really is the sound of censorship. What I will do is I will post both links to those videos in the comment section of this video with the time you can go to, so you can hear it for yourself. And please tell me if you think that is the sound of censorship. I've never heard the sound of censorship, but now I think I have. Thank you for joining this episode of the Night Watch, Censorship Edition.